Hi, everybody. How are you? Um, I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about neighborhood crime, and I don't have a solution, certainly. I mean, people pick on city councils everywhere around the world, and the crime rate is blamed on the prime minister, and you name it. Everybody's got a reason why they think the crime rate is high, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate any of that or offer anything forward on that topic. One thing I notice comes up a lot is, it's homeless people. Typically, not so much. For the most part, I think what we're seeing in a lot of communities is proliferation of actual criminals who make their living, if you will, by stealing our things and then selling them again. And are some of them homeless? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not here to speculate that, but what I am telling you is that this is not a problem that's exclusive to homelessness. There's lots of reasons for it. So what do? We talk about, more funding needs to be given to the police so they're on the street and they're patrolling the neighborhoods and that type of thing. But where does that money come from? Right now, the city of Edmonton, we're all worried already that next year's taxes are going to go up 7%. And there's going to be people that freak out about that and offer all these reasons as to why and how dare they. And that's, again, not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is to talk to you about what can we do as individuals to help our separate communities stop some of what's going on. Now, you've all heard of Neighborhood Watch. That's okay, but that is contingent on your involvement and the neighbor's involvement. And as an example, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I suggested that, I'm up early and about, so I'd be willing to, snoop around, outside early mornings, 3:30ish kind of thing, because that's when I'm awake. And if I see anything, I'd report it. Is anybody else interested in doing that at different time frames of mine so that we have maybe a constant flow of people with eyes on the street that we can actually report this, or at least let the bad guys know that we are around? Well, the accusations and the nonsense came out that I'd rather have them creeping in the alleys than some old bald guy snooping around to see who's outside. And you know what? Whatever. If that's what you got out of that, then knock yourself out. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. And I'm okay with criticism. It doesn't bother me. But the fact remains is, within 6 months, some of those very, very people who made that comment were on the same app complaining that somebody stole something from my car, somebody kicked in my garage door. Aha. So of course now it's a problem because it affected you directly, right? Well, life doesn't work that way. You have to be a little more proactive. You don't want to wait for something to happen before you get involved. So is a community watch, a neighborhood watch, a good thing? To a certain degree, yes it is. It will make a difference. So here's the things that go along with that we all have to agree to do if you're going to do this in your community. Now, I'm in Meadowlark, so I know the faces of most of the people up and down my block within a good block region here. Of if they live here, I don't maybe know them by name, but I know if they live here. I see them regularly. I don't worry when I see them out and about because they are my actual neighbors. The people that are hiding behind hoodies and sneaking around at night looking into car windows and that kind of thing, or peeking over fences, yeah, you know what, it's not those people out for a walk, okay? It's not my neighbors out for a walk. These are the actual bad guys out there looking to steal what you have. So what do? First thing, don't make it easy on them. Don't leave things in your car. Don't leave things on your lawn. Don't leave things out in your backyard. Yes, you should be able to, but we don't live in that society anymore. We're talking, 60s and 70s where, people left their doors unlocked. That's not this life anymore. Get over it. The cavalry is not going to come over the hill and save you. It doesn't matter what they throw at police. They're not going to stop this, okay? We're beyond the tipping point here. And the tipping point has become that we're all going to be targets. And if you live in an upscale neighborhood and you're not seeing it right now, you're lucky, good on you, but guess what? It will come there, because once they figure out that you have nicer things to steal than I do, they're coming to your neighborhood. So maybe now's the time to get involved. Doesn't matter what community you live in, get involved. Know your neighbors. You don't need to know their names. You don't need to go to their homes, but look at them and remember where they live, and remember that if you see them out, they are your neighbors. When you start to see suspicious activities, what can you do? Who can you phone? You can't phone a police and say, hey, listen, people are suspicious in my neighborhood, come out right away, because they're not going to come. Minor crimes, break-in entries, that kind of thing, no priority whatsoever, no, never will be again. Get over that. It doesn't matter how many police you have. That is done. You need to do something. So how about some ideas on this topic. And I don't know, I'm spitballing here, but let's take a look at the fact that we all have technology, okay? Most of us have a phone of some kind, either be an Apple brand or an Android brand, okay? So why not, let's source out a cross-platform place that we can do one of two things. Maybe we can get in as a neighborhood onto what's called a push-to-talk platform. And what that means is we all install a common app, and we're in Meadowlark, for example, and we create a group, Meadowlark Community. And those that join on the app push to talk. I see something going on outside, somebody coming your direction, it looks like that's trouble. I push a button on my phone, this is Mario over on such and such street and avenue. You know, it looks like there's people walking around right now looking in cars and things like that. You know, pop your head outside, turn your light on, let them be known that you are there so that they understand they're not getting the secrecy that they want. And that transmits to everybody in that group, in that community, okay? The cost can be very, very little. You don't want to spend any money, but you also complain about taxes. You want police to come out and respond to every report. Guess what? The taxes are going to go through the roof, and that is never going to happen. So maybe something simple like that, where we share technology that's out there, and every group has its own channel, if you will, and you can get an app for either brand of phone, and all you do is push and talk, and it transmits to a central location and tells anybody listening that, hey, something's going on you need to be aware of. Turn on your outside light, open your door, look outside, let them know that they have been seen. That starts to send a message to these people that, you know, being sneaky like this, somebody is going to pick up on me. You have enough people doing it. So as an example, Meadowlark has 2,600 residents in it. Only about 300 and some are on this app. However, if 150 of us, of those 300 and some, were on that app and we were spread out properly throughout the neighborhood, guess what? That's a decent coverage from 95th Ave, 156th, 163rd, and 87th Avenue. We could get enough people with eyes on the streets, eyes on the alleys, that we could let each of us know, let us know as a group that trouble's coming, okay? That's one thought I had. Maybe not the best idea, but let's see what we can use that doesn't cost a lot of money that will actually do something instead of waiting for the police. How about where we find a central server where, if you're so inclined, you can upload the IP address to your webcam on a view-only basis on a central website that would be Meadowlark, Edmonton, Canada. And those of us that are willing to upload our links would upload our links, and they don't have to be private in the house or anything, but just maybe something that faces a street, like as an example here, where, you know, I've got traffic coming by, and I've got traffic coming by here, and I can see some things in the backyard. Why not allow that? I mean, it doesn't infringe on my privacy for you to see who's walking on the street. I don't do anything bizarre on camera that I would never want people to see. But, you know, you start to see that, you see the name, the approximate address that I'm located in, and then you can click on a button and see maybe further down the block and further down the block there. You combine that with the push to talk feature, and the fact that we're sharing the camera with a number of different people. And then all of a sudden, we've got eyes on the whole neighborhood, okay? The other thing we need to do is take back our alleys. If you have an alley, you know this is a problem. If you have a rear drive garage, you know this is a problem. These people are wandering around at night, kicking in doors, smashing windows, because it's typically dark. It's farther away from a house. Some noise they make isn't going to be heard. You know, I thought of things like, what about like traffic cams? The city of Edmonton has traffic cams up where you can go to a website on a particular intersection, click on a button, and you can see the traffic on that traffic cam. Why can't we look at doing this in certain strategic locations in alleys in our neighborhoods, if we have alleys, or indeed anywhere else where there are entry points into and out of the neighborhood, where we start to see, look at this. You know, I just got a call on push to talk saying somebody's out here, and here he is in that alley near my house. I should go outside and take a peek, or I should be aware, or turn on a light. Why not? This is what Neighborhood Watch is going to be about. Neighborhood Watch is not going to be me looking out the window by myself and reporting it to the police. They're not coming. Get over that, okay? Neighborhood Watch is not me being a vigilante and cruising the streets at night looking who to hammer. That's not going to be a thing, okay? Neighborhood Watch is your 100% commitment to not being a victim, to joining in a group and making sure that whoever's out there causing trouble understands that as a group, we are ready to do what it takes to keep you out of here. We will see you. We will report you. We are strong in numbers, and you need to go somewhere else. And if that somewhere else is going into a place where people are apathetic and they don't really care and they don't get involved, I guess that's what it is. I can't change that. But what I do know is I love my neighborhood. I really like the people that I live with in this neighborhood. And I think as a group, we might find enough people here to do just that. And then if you are out walking around at night or even during the daytime, because a lot of these guys are out in the daytime and you have your phone with you, as soon as you see them while you're walking, click. I'm walking down the street on 156th Street and 93rd Avenue, and there's somebody here trying to, sneak into a yard. Be aware, right? This is how we use technology to get over this. Like I said earlier, you're not going to get rescued by the police. No amount of money is going to change this. Don't talk to me about homelessness being the solution. Don't talk to me about drug addiction being the solution. These aren't things, these are far beyond the scope of what I'm talking to you about. What I'm talking to you about is protecting ourselves, protecting our communities, right? And putting an end to this nonsense, because it's gotten to be epidemic. And if you think this is exclusive to Edmonton and you want to blame the city council, you look at every major city around the world, get into their forums, get into Reddit postings on there, and they have the same problem, gang. This is not exclusive to you. Nobody has an answer to this. And I don't know that there is an answer, but what I do know is if you're going to be a neighborhood watch and you're going to get involved, let's use some of the tools. We have this phone. We're addicted to this phone. So let's use the damn phone to stop some of the stuff that's going on. Yeah, I know this is a little bit long, but I couldn't write all this out because there's just too much to cover. And I'm sure there's much, much more. So if you have something to offer, write it out. Post a video. It doesn't matter what the quality is. Just tell us what you feel. And let's see if we can't get together and do something as communities to actually put a stop to this, because I'm sick and tired of watching people become a victim. I don't want to be a victim, and I know you don't want to be a victim. Nobody's going to help you. You have to do this yourself. Hopefully this stirs some thinking up in all of our heads. Let me know. Have a great day. Take care.